Hi guys, this interview by Mark Carruthers of the BBC was fantastic for a number of reasons. First, you have a sort of outsider putting an Irish politician on the spot in a way you would almost never see in Irish media. The fact that Carruthers is from Northern Ireland adds an extra level here. Ireland's history over the last 100 years, like most countries, is complicated, and while we like to view things as black and white, they are always much more grey. Micheál Martin, the Deputy Prime Minister, was challenged over a speech he delivered at a commemoration of an IRA attack on the police service 100 years ago. He was asked about the good versus bad IRA.
On September the 24th, you tweeted that you were honoured to attend and deliver the oration today at the centenary of the Renine ambush in Milltown, Molby in Clare. 6 RIC officers were killed by the IRA in that ambush. So, just to be clear, are you saying Mary Lou's IRA are the bad guys, but your IRA are the good guys? Is that it?
Well, I think, again, I don't know, did you read the speech I gave at then?
I've seen the speech.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
the speech would be far different to the kind of speech that Sinn Féin.
Well, that's what you tweeted.
No, just have Sinn Féin. Yeah, but just let me finish the point. I mean, in all of my speeches in terms of commemoration, and I don't know, have you seen my speech on the...
You talked about the sacrifice
have you seen
in that speech.
Have you seen my speech on
the
Civil
I
War?
looked at your speech just before we did this interview.
If you just calm it now, and I'll come back to you. All of my speeches on independence, the War of Independence, which was a legitimate war of independence in Ireland, there is a difference. The 30-year war of Sinn Féin was a war against civilians on a consistent basis. Enniskillen, Bloody Friday. These were bombing urban areas. Warrington, the list goes on and on and on. And my point is, I don't triumphalise violence.
Very, very interesting interview. I'm not going to get into the content here because it's complicated. There were atrocities carried out by the IRA during the War of Independence. And of course, there were atrocities carried out by the IRA during the Troubles. Now, the important point here is that you have an Irish politician being challenged on this. I'm not going to get into the details, as I said, it's because it's extremely complicated and we could be talking for hours over that. But I like the fact that an Irish politician, a member of government, has been challenged, because there is this picture that the Irish politicians, generally the mainstream parties, have been painting over the last century, we could say, that the IRA in the 1920s were freedom fighters. But the IRA in the 1970s, 80s and 90s were terrorists. That Sinn Féin is a terrorist organisation that has now reformed. But Sinn Féin back in the 1920s was an organisation spearheading Irish freedom. So there's been a rewriting, in a sense, of history. Not painting over atrocities, yes, that were carried out by the IRA and other organisations, but a rehashing of histories, trying to paint Sinn Féin in a very negative light, positive in recent history, but in ancient history, quote unquote, Sinn Féin were freedom fighters. Now, this, of course, has a political angle that, once again, is not really mentioned in the Irish media. The fact that Sinn Féin are a party which has moved on from supporting IRA violence to a more progressive or perhaps left-wing organisation, which is more focused, it seems, on social issues such as housing, cost of living, environment, things like this. So as Sinn Féin become a more mainstream party, the old parties see it as a threat, and they continue to bang the drum of, well, Sinn Féin are connected to the IRA. So it is a very strange position that the Irish politicians find themselves in. And I think some members of the public also believe this too, that the Sinn Féin of the past was good, the IRA of the past was good, the IRA of the present and Sinn Féin of the present is bad, even though both carried out atrocities. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.